And
That's right.
the system that Obama has in place is kill your babies, bitches. Keep fucking. Kill your babies. Why? It doesn't address who you are. It addresses who you're supposed to be in context to what we want from you in this society. Does anybody disagree? Or does anybody have a point, counterpoint, and can build onto that? Veronica!
Yeah, no, it's a really great point. And when you talk about in the video that you talked about, in terms of them deeming us as being genetically inferior, if you read Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, the ISIS paper, and Google that, find it online. The ISIS paper is a powerful, powerful piece. It's not that we're genetically inferior. It's that we're genetically superior. In other words, she talks in the ISIS paper about how, you know, because of the white recessive gene, if everybody got together and it could interbreed, then the white gene would cease to exist. It would be, right, genetically, it would cease to exist in just a few generations. So all this racism is really about preservation and fear of genetic annihilation. Osho said it's all about keeping the black man from fucking. So
wait. First off, hear the author, Osho, right? Cold motherfucker right there. Anybody know anything about Osho? Google Osho.
Yes.
Right? Google Osho, pull up some of his books, because she said it really quick and it might have slipped some of y'all. Osho is the author. Go ahead, finish your point, please.
Yeah, so Osho said it all comes down to keeping the black man from fucking. That's the whole construct, because his gene is so dominant that if he were to interact with white females on the regular, everybody would look like Brazil, right? Time magazine came out with a piece recently, and they said, what's America going to look like, I think, in like 2027? It's all brown. It's all caramel colored, latte colored brown people. And so that's the fear. And so you have to understand that what's being engineered for our demise is a reaction to white inferiority complex that they are projecting to us and trying to make us feel inferior, but they know genetically that it's a recessive gene. It's genetically inferior. It will cease to exist. And so that's the whole get down. So all of this needs to be seen through the lens of that truth. That's a singular truth.
And the thing that's pissing me off is throughout our entire history here in America, you find a fucking Strong's Concordance dictionary full of niggas who are on the take, that are in leadership positions, that pose as a liaison to the government officials who mean us no good, but they will take that bread and then pass on these poison ideas to us to use as relationship social game rules.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right? There's always some niggas saying, like for instance, no disrespect to Bill Cosby, but education is the key. Not if they're teaching you not how to think for yourself. If they're teaching you to just integrate into a system that at the end of the day is fucking monstrous towards black people, then education ain't the answer either. Unless it's education controlled by you. And if it's not education controlled by us, and you said education,
So what education
are you teaching me? Does that make any sense? 323-965-1600. Call. The phone lines are crazy right now. Callers, you're on. I need to hear your opinion. Talk to me about pro-life, pro-choice.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, Brother Soul?
How you doing,
Soul
man?
Wonder in the house.
All right, Soul Wonder. Talk to me, man, about your opinion here.
To get to the topic of pro-choice, pro-life, I agree with the brother said about it should be both. But I also agree, as Corey would say, the offspring of wretched club bitches. that's roaming the streets. If we as a community refuse to sit around these people, then we have to have stuff like that. We have to have stuff like pro-choice, pro-life. We have to have those options, because if not, then the streets is already messed up as it is, and it'll just be running amok and just crazy out there.
Thank you for your opinion, man. I really appreciate the call. Ladies and gentlemen, the phone lines are wide open. Your thoughts, your views, your POV, all of that is very valuable to us. There's no judgment. There's no condemnation. We just really want to know the direction we should take with regards to this situation. If historically Margaret Sanger, that video we just saw, was a part of the eugenics society, which was birthed from what's my man who wrote the natural what's the guy who did the book on evolution? His name is what's this white man's name? The father of evolution. Charles Darwin. Right. The eugenist dude was Charles Darwin's cousin.
Yeah.
Now, everybody wants to talk about Charles Darwin and the theory of evolution, but they've edited the original title of that damn book. That whole book he wrote about evolution was about racism, the races of men. Go look up Google it. Yeah. The original title of Charles Darwin's book. They edited that shit. So, it could be popular, it could sell, because back in the day when it came out, it was about the races and how white people are better. His cousin is the father of the eugenics movement, and Margaret Sanger was a part of the eugenics movement, and she was the founder of Planned Parenthood. And the Democrats and the government have been backing Planned Parenthood and placing their buildings in our hoods for years as a means to mitigate our numbers.
Population control.
The sisters, who argues this, that the sisters have been taught to murder based on circumstance? 323-965-1600. Phone lines open. Who want to talk? Callers.
Hello?
You on the line? Your name?
Yeah.
Where you calling from?
This is T. Stevie. I'm calling from Kansas.
Well, speak on it.
Oh, well, I was dating this shorty, and I was working at Best Buy. And, she got pregnant. She got rid of the baby. But her cousin was a good friend of this lady that I work with at my main job, the power company. So she started talking about me, and my friend was like, "Oh, yeah, I know, dude, he's a good brother. He worked 2 jobs." She said, I'm not fooling with that broke nigga." And then when she found out I worked at the power company and I was making like 60 on my first job, she told her that if I had known that, I would have kept the baby.
Wow.
Baby time.
Wow.
That makes me mad.
Yeah, me too.
How many women you know out there would abort Kobe Bryant's baby?
None.
Tiger Woods' baby?
I'm not having that.
And I'm not saying there aren't women out there who wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
I'm just saying when we look at it in a general space, not in an absolute space, you'll find that there are more takers in the world than there are givers. Veronica, I need help. Am I wrong for thinking that way? Am I manifesting this kind of experience for myself?
No, because
I see it that way?
I think we've been programmed that we're programmed that we are in such scarcity, deficit, and lack. That is the psychological warfare that is getting conducted upon us.
Wow.
And it is warfare because if you program a people to do your bidding, to do what you want them to do, to behave the way that you intend, then you don't have to physically, we say physically incarcerate us, but you can just control and manipulate them. You can turn them into a consumer base. You can have them do your bidding. So when we look at the race for power and the race for resources on this planet, understand that the dominant culture understands the demographics. That's what it's all about. That's what the voter ID laws have been about. That's what all the politics are about, is the demographics. So they understand power in numbers.
But you know,
they understand it very deeply, but we don't understand it because even though we may have numbers, our community is such that we're in such a scarcity deficit mentality that we don't think we have the capacity to actually create powerful communities for our people.
Right. You know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy to me right now? The real war is not with the racist white system. Niggas have got to kill niggas. I know that's a sad notion. Malcolm said it. I see some friends here, but I also see some enemies. And all them people was his color. And I'm not speaking like Chris Rock. They're black people and then they're niggas. Because the black people think they better than niggas. I think the niggas should rise up and kill the white man's lapdog nigga. The boule. The Jack and Jills. All these motherfucking Greeks and all these people who are so desperate to be validated by a system that marginalizes not only your living, or your ability to live as opposed to just to survive, but they marginalize your spirit. Black people cannot soar to the heights of who they really are when they're under the boot of a motherfucker who is afraid of who you really are. And I'm going to set up every government contrivance to prevent you from reaching the apex of yourself. But I'll give you a job and some money and some bootleg-ass security. That's where we're living today. Call it.
And then we'll take it from you when we get good and ready to. In other words, it's not a recession, it's a robbery. It's not a recession, it's a robbery. I mean, the amount of wealth that has accrued to the 1% in the last, since 2008 is unprecedented. They just came in and extract everything. So it's like, we're going to fatten up this pig. We're going to get everybody a chance to think that they got something, a little house, a little something, something. And then we're going to go in and we're going to extract it out of the economy, and then have you thinking, oh my gosh, it was some act of God. No. It was.
See, this is the message.
It was Wall Street. It was some Wall Street gangsters that came in and pulled it out.
Right, and this is the message.
And they're stockpiling, by the way. They are stockpiling their resources. They are stockpiling their resources in their community for whatever they intend it for.
Right, and this is the thing that I want to also convey as well to my panel who's here. How then do we raise our kids? Because I don't want to say, oh, don't consider having an abortion. I don't think that's what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is the reproductive rights and freedoms should be ours. We should make the decision.
That's right.
That's what I believe. Margot, your opinion?
I believe this too. I believe we should make our own decision with that. I believe in essence, when we're just looking at we can come up with some new terms, but when you're looking at pro-life and pro-choice, I was thinking about this for a couple of days, and actually I believe that in the sense of what they actually mean, pro-choice to me is pro-life, because once you start taking women's rights away and saying, oh, you can't get rid of your baby at whatever point you want to get rid of it.
They start legislating the womb.
Then I think that you start to mess with a woman's quality of life, and therefore you affect the family. And if the woman is not well emotionally and spiritually and psychologically, then the family is dying.
Right.
So yeah, so there's a death involved.
Whitney?
I just don't like how, like, women take the pro-choice thing and don't even give the man who helped create this any choice.
Go into that.
I've had a few friends back in college who have been faced with this challenge, and they come and talk to me. I've never had to deal with this. I don't even know. So I'm trying to speak with them, and I ask them, well, what about the other person? You didn't do this by yourself. What about them? And they were like, well, we don't even know. I feel like it's a team where y'all did this together. You guys should either figure it out together or get rid of it together.
Because that's his DNA too. It's not just her. It's the seed.
That's my thing. I really like the men calling in because I really want to hear how they feel. Like
we have another caller. Caller, you're on the line. Where are you calling from? Tell me your name, brother, and where you calling from. Caller?
Hello?
Yes.
Oh, this is a female, not a brother.
Look,
Oh, well,
Hey there.
we want to hear you too.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Hey, I was calling in, Zoe, you know who this is, right?
I do. I can hear the voice. This is Julie.
Yeah, I didn't want
Hey.
you to put that out there, Zoe.
It's too late.
But now that you did, it's okay. Hey, I agree with a pro situation, like you said, because, and I also agree with the lady who's pro-life about the man should also have that choice and that part of that decision. It should be, a multiple choice, a family decision, because you two laid down and created that family. And to take the right from the man, not to say that, but yet to take the right from the woman, not to choose that, is what's controversial.
You know what? That's a great point you're bringing up, Julie.
Versus women's rights.
That's exactly. That's bringing up a great point, Julie. Let me ask you this question. And this isn't for you per se, but this is a question I'm asking to everyone. Do you know someone? Callers, 323-965-1600 is the number to dial. 323-965-1600 is the number to dial. Do you know someone who is newly preggo in a low-functioning relationship but has opted to keep the baby because they've already had multiple abortions? Somebody call us, 323-965-1600. It's getting crazy. Thank you, Julie, for the call. I appreciate it. Callers, the phone lines are open. We got to take a quick break, but when we come back, more hot grits on your face. Woo!
Subway, El Pollo Loco, Rally's Burger, most of the donut shops, the burger stands, Woody Barbecue, all the fish markets, some of the beauty supply stores on Crenshaw, and Rainbow on La Brea. You can buy you some clothes. How much you got on your EBT card? Girl, I got enough to get it turned up. I done took the kids to the babysitter. Which liquor store take the EBT card? Where y'all get that Patron last time?
Public service announcement. This is where the taxpayer money goes.
But all you have to do is fuck, and 9 months later you're getting a big buck.
So,
I
the
can't.
EBT record, listen, this is what sisters, some sisters, not all.
And not just
But well, hold on, let me finish. Let me set it up because Bobby is here now.